Good afternoon, and welcome to the DFS Army YouTube channel. I'm Razzle and you can find me on X at Razzle11Grinds. Going to take a look at pitching for today, the 26th of July. It is Saturday. We do have an 11-game main slate ahead of us this evening. We do have some interesting weather, not as much as last night. Chicago, probably the worst spot, obviously. Trying to look for some updates, and I'm not sure I'm going to end up on either pitcher anyways. The White Sox have been scoring more runs, and I'm just not really taking a White Sox pitcher against the Cubs at this point. Game 2 in Kansas City, obviously something to pay attention to, St. Louis, but overall, I think the main slate itself should play out just fine. With that said, this is a first look at the pitching options on the slate, and I will be looking at DraftKings as that is where a majority of my action is. If you do play in FanDuel, I'll cut my pool in half or so. Pricing isn't as tight. You don't have to be as creative. It allows you to get the stacks you want with an upper tier-ish pitcher. Now, with all that said and done, let's just jump right into the slate. Colorado, Baltimore. I am interested in Trevor Rogers. He has become the Orioles' best pitcher, and he takes on a team striking out more than any team in baseball at this point. 26 plus fantasy points in 3 out of his last 5 starts. His numbers in Baltimore, phenomenal. Been an offensive environment all season, except for the 2 starts that Trevor Rogers has made, basically. Just a great spot, obviously. We know Colorado weak enough offensively. Trevor Rogers, 7,900. Definitely somebody we want to utilize. Next game, I'm not sure I'm going to get to either pitcher. Grant Holmes is in play. Hasn't looked great the last handful. Hasn't been good on the road. Just every number on the road takes a hit. So I'm just not sure I'm going to get there. I kind of want to consider him. But I have a feeling he's going to end up on the outside looking in for me at this point. Kumar Rocker, I know it's coming off of a great start against Detroit. It's just not somebody I expect to double up in great starts. His numbers at home have been phenomenal, so maybe he is the play over Grant Holmes in this game. Right now I'm thinking I'm going to end up with neither of them, but one of those 2 guys could certainly end up there as the last man into my pool when all's said and done. But for now, we're going to leave both these guys on the outside. Talked about the Cubs and White Sox. Not really a spot I want to go to. I think long-term, Cade Horton's going to be a pretty solid MLB pitcher. His road numbers have been absolutely atrocious so far. As I mentioned, the White Sox have been scoring runs in the second half. I don't expect that to continue, so at some point they're going to cool off again. But for now, even besides the weather, we don't really need to consider either pitcher. The A's and Astros, I am interested in both pitchers. Hunter Brown has not looked sharp the last few starts. Getting a little bit of extra rest, hopefully. Hopefully he didn't really peak in the first half, but certainly possible with a young arm. He absolutely dominated the Astros first time he faced them. His numbers at home have been absolutely phenomenal. A lot of upside for him. Obviously, a little bit of a downside to the matchup just because the A's have so much power. But definitely going to want to use some Hunter Brown. On the other side, Jacob Lopez, somebody that I keep using a bit just because he has ridiculous upside. He's super volatile, though. Can't allow home runs, some walks, some runs. I don't expect him to be clean through any game. But he was dominant against the Astros the first time he faced them. His numbers aren't as strong on the road, which is kind of shocking considering that his home ballpark is pretty offensive. But went through a stretch here where he showed us what he's capable of doing. I love the upside, so he's somebody I want to be heavier on than the field. Washington, Minnesota. Just not getting to Mitchell Parker. I'll pass on him. Overall, I don't mind left-handed pitching against Minnesota, but I just don't think that Parker offers us enough upside for me. Joe Ryan's certainly going to be one of my favorite options. Could conceivably be his last start in Minnesota. I don't really think they're going to trade him, but it is certainly possible. His overall numbers, dominant. His home strikeout numbers are through the roof compared to the road numbers. And he's given up a home run in every 11 innings at home, which is a great sign to see. Joe Ryan's probably going to be one of the chalkiest options on this slate. Miami, Milwaukee. I guess I don't mind Quintana. I just don't know if he's going to have enough upside for us. He has struggled a little bit pitching in Milwaukee, which is a worry, but the opponent isn't all that dangerous. With that said, I just don't know if he has the upside. I would probably put him behind Holmes and Kumar Rocker. So, in that thinking, he's probably not going to find his way into my pool this evening. Dodgers, Boston. Garrett Crochet certainly going to be in our pool. Difficult matchup for sure. But the Dodgers are without Mookie Betts, I believe, or they expected to be. They said he was going to miss Friday's game, and he was up in the air for Saturday. Ton of upside for Crochet. Not much needs to be said. Strikeout numbers aren't as strong at home, but that's okay. Clayton Kershaw on the other side. I think I'm going to utilize him just because I think there's enough outs in the Boston lineup. And he's been phenomenal away from LA so far this season. He's kind of on the borderline. I like his matchup a little bit more than, say, Grant Holmes. And I think he's just a better pitcher, obviously, than Kumar Rocker, even at his advanced age and deteriorating stuff. So I think he's going to make the pool. But I would consider him kind of a last man in type play. St. Louis, San Diego, gonna pass. I like Liberatore. He's coming off of an atrocious start. San Diego just doesn't strike out all that much. With that said, they do struggle a bit more against left-handed pitching than you'd think. But again, I just don't think it's a great matchup for Liberatore. And Vasquez doesn't really strike anybody out, and St. Louis doesn't strike out, so why would I want to go there? Cleveland, Kansas City, Tanner Bybee, one of the guys that I've had some conversations with some guys about, just has not lived up to expectations this season. So what do we expect out of him? Not really sure. He's been pretty strong against Kansas City. 2 starts, 0 runs allowed, just 5 hits, but just 6 strikeouts as well. As I'm recording this, Jack Caglianone left Game 1 of the doubleheader. So if he's out of the lineup in Game 2, that does weaken that Kansas City lineup a bit. I wonder if Bybee is in play for us, kind of as a dart throw option. Just don't know what to expect out of him, but I believe in his long-term talent enough that I think I want to utilize him. On the other side, Chris Bubic is kind of flattened out a little bit. He's been decent, but not anywhere near the guy he was early in the first half of the season. Cleveland is weak enough offensively that I think he's viable, but I don't know if I want to pay $10K for him. I'm going to start out with him in my pool, but when it comes down to percentages, etc., once I see some ownership projections, he might actually end up out of my pool. That's something you're probably going to want to ask me in Discord as the day goes on, just to see if I've made a firm decision on what I want to do with Chris Bubic at this point. Mets, Giants, I want to utilize both pitchers. I think both teams are weak enough against left-handed pitching, and we know that this ballpark is great for pitchers, so I want to go there. Not much needs to be said. Ray is more volatile than Peterson, but Ray has more of a ceiling as well. If things come together for Robbie Ray, obviously we've seen him throw complete games. We've seen him strike out up to 9. No double-digit strikeout games yet this season. The Mets don't strike out all that much, but I think Robbie Ray has more upside than Peterson. The last 3 starts for Peterson have not been good, but he was dominant against the Nationals. Actually, sorry, I scrolled down. He went through the stretch. His last couple have been decent. Kind of turning it back around, so somebody I want to utilize for sure. He's worse on the road, but this ballpark is such a great ballpark for pitching that I just want to use both guys. Seattle, LA. I'm just not going to use Tyler Anderson on an 11-game slate. Could he put up enough? Yes. But I just don't want to rely on him. George Kirby is somebody that I will rely on. There's a lot of K upside in the matchup. He struck out 14 the first time he faced this team. So for that reason, absolutely love the upside. 9K. Probably going to be one of the most popular pitchers on this slate. I will refresh here to see if we can get a rough idea on early ownership projections. These numbers will adjust multiple times over the next 3.5 hours. But let's see what we have from the pitcher standpoint. Hunter Brown at the top. George Kirby really low. To me, it looks like everything's just going to be super spread out, which is great for me because I like to go super heavy on the guys that I like and go overweight on my pitcher pool. So I think we're going to see some spots. But with that said, I expect guys like Lopez, Robbie Ray, Rogers, Kirby to increase in ownership as the day progresses. I could see Hunter Brown coming down a little bit, maybe Bubic coming down a little bit, and these other guys going up. But we shall see. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments are made from the field as the day progresses. With that said, that's what I got for you guys today. If you enjoy what I bring to you, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn the notification bell on. Get the alert anytime we drop videos here at DFS Army. If you want to join us, get access to our coaches, tools, sheets, Discord, etc. I will put links in the description below. You can use promo code RAZ, that's R-A-Z, for 10% off monthly. We do still have our merch store open. My sweatshirt, amongst other designs. You can get a sticker, t-shirt, coffee cup. We have some other options as well. Links will be in the description for that too. Hopefully you want to support it. I get nothing out of the Raz GPT name, but it's still pretty cool. But with that said, best of luck, everybody.